Well, Pride Month is over, and as someone who loves Yuri, I didn't actually talk about Yuri during that time. So let's get talking. Specifically about Yuri slash GL fans and the rules we, well, at least me, follow when being one. Generally, being a fan of something doesn't come with strict rules. At least you aren't losing your Yuri fan card, nor going to Yuri jail for breaking arbitrary rules. You just are a Yuri fan if you say you are. However, being a Yuri fan can bring you down different categories depending on how you act. It's the difference between being a normal Yuri fan and spiraling into the abyss of a toxic Yuri fan, just as those are different from the axis of an extremist Yuri fan. Crossing certain boundaries lead to deviations, mostly meaning the weirder you are about Yuri, the more defined the kind of Yuri fan you are, and there are some you simply do not want to be. For now though, I just want to describe 4 qualities of being a run-of-the-mill Yuri fan. This doesn't mean a starting point, just that you aren't weird enough about it yet. To begin with, Yuri fans ship girls with other girls that aren't straight, or, put it in another way, there's wiggle room or ambiguity with the girls' sexuality, such that they can be lesbian or bi with whoever despite established relationships. No one likes having their sexuality forced upon them. Being told you're straight when you're not is a feeling many of us can relate, and by principle, I treat characters with the same respect not to go through such. If a Yuri fan can't do this much, they're already taking steps to being toxic. Another point are boys slash men. Specifically, Yuri fans being okay with them in your Yuri works. I'm not talking about the actual boys and men that read Yuri. What I mean by that is to not see men as a negative inclusion or in a bad light for their mere existence in Yuri works. It's a joke in Love Live fandom that men are basically an endangered species for how little they show up. And on Dynasty scans, there's literally a tag about how specifically men do not exist. And that's part of the point or appeal. I'm not calling out these works or tags as bad, by the way, just that it shows that there's an audience for it. And on the Yuri fan side of things, if men are that much of a no-go for you, that's a step towards being an extremist. Next and third is the fun topic of adult content. We're talking about Yuri fans being fine with kinks, the ecchis, the lewds, the not safe for works. You get the picture. Whatever weird picture it is that is in your head, that is. Such things are all natural, and a part of Yuri as much as all the vanilla and clean stuff is too. Yuri, as much as we meme it, isn't a bastion of purity, just more so than others. Bias is not included, obviously. So if you can't accept Yuri like this, or deny Yuri being like this at all, that's toxic. Lastly, how much Yuri content you consume. A Yuri fan only really needs one ship or one work of Yuri to like and be a fan of to be a Yuri fan. The minimum is basically the threshold of entry to being considered having this conversation about a Yuri fan. Anything less is strictly meaningless, since you have nothing to be a fan of. However, anything more or specific, like if I said, you had to watch Simone or Revolutionary Girl Utena or you are not a Yuri fan, would be kind of gatekeeping and toxic. With that, assuming none of those 4 points were failed, that makes you a normal Yuri fan. If any of them were failed, it's time to start questioning life choices. And that's all. Subscribe if you got this far, I'd appreciate it, and if enough care, I'll tell where I stand on this Yuri fan discussion. As in, what kind of Yuri fan am I? You would not guess. Probably.